Hey guys, it's Al from Altruistic Channel. And so I'm sitting here, it's a little after midnight, and I'm just not able to sleep right now. So I just wanted to kind of do something. I actually found today an interesting conversation worth kind of repeating, and it was kind of regarding the book, the Moon King with No Kingdom that I have out on Amazon. And the reason I'm bringing it up isn't to plug it per se, it's actually regarding what the subject was of the conversation. And I was on set, and so I was talking to some people, and they were asking a bunch of questions. And so I realized that a lot of people may not know what the collective consciousness is and what the book is actually about. So, essentially, what the book is about the idea behind the collective consciousness and the belief that we are all interconnected, right? And so, like the interwoven fabric of our life. And so, what I wanted to do is put kind of a face to it on the book, and then also take a little bit of ownership into what I believe and stand very firm behind it. A lot of us have faith in humanity and have faith in there being a grander design to life. And so to own that is to step into that light, and to live as a light being, someone who exists to give illumination to other people. So, in that vein, basically, this is what it comes down to. I have this firm belief that because we are all interconnected, we are able to tap into the collective consciousness, which is the group mentality. What is it that we see or feel? Why is it that we know a song is playing on the radio before the radio is even on? How is it that we understand another person's point of view without ever actually having interacted with them? And it's just, how do we all come to the same conclusion in certain situations? And so, with stuff like that, it's just about taking logic and applying it to what seems fantasy like. It wasn't long ago when we were still in the phase that we somehow decided that we were going to funnel our voice through a wire, put it underground, send it across the country, and we were going to be able to talk to our sister. You see what I'm saying? Like someone took that leap of faith and had to do something with the idea of faith in general, faith in man, faith in God, faith in Allah, faith in whatever you have. And it all stems from a self knowing, being in the knowingness of what life is. And so we can all relate to that. That's something that's universal. Everyone has faith, and everybody has a belief in themselves or a belief in their family and whatnot. And so it's just about putting a name to it. And so the great thing about the collective consciousness is that you're tapping into whatever your idea of God, the universe, Allah, whatever your faith based principle is. You put stock into that. And you disregard any BS or, I'm going to say bullshit. I curse like a sailor. Any of that bullshit that people put on you that, oh, that can't be right because it's not based in science. Well, science isn't based in science either because again, we've made a lot of leaps and bounds on assumptions, and we took an idea down all the way down the road to XYZ, but we had to go through A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So it wasn't like we just jumped into that. And faith is very much about that. It's about taking that leap of faith that it will all make sense to you when you get to your destination, but until then, you're going to have to assume some things in order for the math to work out. And so with the book, I specifically focused a lot more on the spiritualness to life. And so I just want to stand very firmly behind that and just state to everybody, it's not a place of judgment. Don't sit in judgment of someone else's faith system because in the end, something you believe doesn't make sense to anybody else but you. Your entire life is literally a genetic sequence that only you and you alone could figure out. That is why you are here. The basic principle that I have is that there's no mistake human beings. Everybody is here with their own task. God had you in mind from the moment that you were conceived. The moment that this body that was being put together was you. It was always going to be you. And the reason you know that is because you're the only person who knows how to act in certain ways when triggered in certain different scenarios, right? It's almost like it's your DNA. It's programmed into who you are. Someone else that would step into your life could not figure out the same things you can because it wasn't geared for them. It was created for you specifically, which means you have a lot more control. And it actually lends itself to us being more of creators and actually being more like God now. Like we're reflective of God, whatever you believe God to be. And so we start to have to act in ways to take ownership of that. And that's kind of the exciting part behind our spirituality, right? That's amazing. It's not saying that we're God. It's saying that we're God-like, that He's granting us the ability to create our destiny. How do we know? Because there was like 500 millionaires that started last year on YouTube alone. Like it's something ridiculous like that. And so it's factual, but it begs a belief. You're just like, how the fuck do we do that? Because we dreamt it. We decided to take that leap of faith and do it. And that's all faith is. It's a spiritual point where you are assuming that you are here for a reason. And when you're here for a reason, you take that ownership and you convert that into manifest destiny. And when you manifest your destiny, you change the course of your life and your family's life for the rest of time. That's a legacy to leave. That's something so amazing that all of us should be doing it. And so I just wanted to lend my voice out to that point right now. The Moon King with no kingdom is literally just a reflection of my personal life. And so that's basically what we're talking about. That's it for Alan Altruistic Channel. I'll put a little bit more of these out there, but this is the first one for the set, okay? Have a great time. Bye.